What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Last time, we defeated the Hexagon Brothers and snagged all the Shadow Pokemon that they possessed. In this episode, we are going to progress into Cypher's lab. See if we can't try to find Professor Crane. Hey, you're not supposed to be in here. As you would expect, the place is flooded with Cypher peons. So we're gonna have to face off against them if we want to try to rescue Professor Crane. Okay, so she's gonna start off with a Duskull and a Skitty. Okay, well this shouldn't be too bad. Houndour doesn't know any Dark-type moves yet, but thankfully Jolteon does. Houndour learned Roar, which is kind of useless. Go use Shadow Blitz. This should not be too difficult for these two Pokemon. And yes! Alright, Jolteon! Alright, now hopefully Houndour will take care of that Skitty. And we should be good to go to progress. God dang it, Houndour. Oh great, and it entered reverse mode. Fantastic. Oh well. Might be able to purify it, however, since we are getting into the Cypher... Almost spoiled something right there. Gonna have to do some editing. Since we're progressing into the Cypher lair, I'm not gonna be able to really go... Wow, that was a lot of the heart gauge lowered. I won't be able to go back to a Gate Village and purify my Shadow Pokemon. Just because that would kind of break up the story and what this is kind of supposed to be. So, even if Houndour does... Oh my, I'm not supposed to lose to you. Even if Houndour does lower its heart gauge to 0, I'm trying to find the right words here. Even if that does happen, it may still be a Shadow Pokemon for a little while. Now, as you've clearly noticed, if you played Pokemon Coliseum, this is the exact same lab as was here in the previous game. However, since the layout itself hasn't changed, but the way you progress it is a lot different. Normally, you would go through here and try to progress through that way. However, this door is locked. If you try to go this way, you will need an elevator key. So I'm not even going to bother going that way. Instead, you have to go this way and fight another peon. Fantastic. Well, no Shadow Pokemon there, but as I was saying before, this would be the locked off area. However, this is the way you are actually supposed to progress. What was supposed to be the end of this dungeon, I guess you could call it, in the previous game, is actually where you're first supposed to go in this one. Now we can progress onward, and there's a scientist right here. When are they finally going to get that guy to spill the beans about that purification research? He might be the authority on purification, but if he won't talk, our work's not going anywhere. Wow, what are you doing here? All I want to do is work on my research. Don't disturb me, please. Yeah, right. Oh, right, during that battle, Houndour is ready to be purified. Also, Jolteon gained the level, but it also didn't gain any new moves. Also, saying also a lot, am I the only one who thinks that the typing on Anorith and the Leap is very strange? If you can remember them, because I don't think I'm the only one, but I don't think many people do remember the typing of those two Pokemon. Oh, who's wandering around here? Me, that's who's wandering around here. Nexeer. Okay, so what Pokemon do you have? A Swinub and a Shuppet. Okay. Seems easy enough for us to take care of. This shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, Jolteon, go ahead and use Bite on Shuppet. Houndour, use Ember on Swinub. Little problematic with that Swinub because I think it's part ground type. I'm not sure if it gains that when it evolves into Piloswine or if it has that naturally, but whatever, I'm not going to risk it. Alright, next Pokemon, Spinarak. And Spinarak is a shadow Pokemon. Now, Spinarak, it kind of has a fallacy like most other bug types. Doesn't really have much really going for it, admittedly. I would think that Ariados is a better bug-type Pokemon than most, and it does have some decent offensive capabilities. But, if you really want a bug-type, I would say go with Spinarak. You may argue Ladybug or Lady Ann for a final evolution. You could argue it with some of the offensive capabilities there, but personally, if you need a bug type, I'd say go with Spinarak. Oh, jeez. Well, Jolteon's starting to hurt a little. Jolteon, go ahead and use... Crap, I don't want to really hurt the Spinarak too much. I'll switch out Jolteon for Spheal. Okay, Houndour, go ahead and use Shadow Blitz. I am not using Ember. That would be a really dumb move. Okay, Spinarak actually shouldn't be too difficult of a Pokemon to snag. Even though it's mostly in the green, I might be able to catch it. Even now. Okay, so Shadow Mist will just lower my evasiveness, which honestly is not that bad because it can only use shadow moves. So yeah, good luck with that. Oh, well I could try Water Gun with Spheal. You know, I'll try that. Spheal, use Water Gun. Houndour, we're gonna use your turn to throw a Pokeball. Alright then. Might be a little early, but I have confidence we can catch this Spinarak. Let's see. One. Damn it! Okay, well at least it was, like, it actually shook once. That's kind of a problem with this game, is that it shakes once, but there's two different text boxes to indicate, like, how successful you were. Okay, we'll go with Water Gun. We'll go with Shadow Blitz again. This should not deal a lot of damage. And it didn't. Okay. Spheal, use Water Gun. Okay, now we should definitely be good on trying to catch this Spinarak. Shadow Blitz on Houndour. Honestly, I wish you target Spheal, but that's still not a bad thing. Okay, Spheal will use your turn to throw a Pokeball. And Houndour, Shadow Blitz. Okay, Spinarak, let's see if we can get you this time. Should have been a bit more concise, but whatever. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Alright, so we got ourselves a Spinarak. And we defeat Nexir. I shouldn't have come out. Well, whatever. We took your shadow Pokemon, so go us. And over here we have a Revive. Very nice. Also, while I'm thinking about it, I should probably heal up Jolteon. Also, I'm thinking, even though Houndour is going to be part of my main party, I should try my best to start purifying these Pokemon. Let's get Spheal out there. Spheal's already partially purified. It has Water Gun at the very least. So I have that going for me. Alright, let's see if we can't progress. Please, Professor Crane, when will you tell me about your purification study? I do, like, so want to know. That'll let me power up my XD001. I, like, so made it myself. Don't you think that would be fabulous? You've got to be joking. I would never cooperate with people like you. Oh, but why? I, like, so don't get it. Why would you refuse an offer, like, so wonderful as this? I don't care how often you repeat yourself. I have no intention of helping your shadow Pokemon plan. Artificially slamming shut the hearts of Pokemon. It's inexcusable. Put a stop to it immediately. Oh, you are like so mean and closed-minded. You won't even try to understand how marvelous it is to help my XD001. Naps! Yes'm, Sister Lavrina. This is all, like, so your fault. Professor Crane is oh so cross because you were so rude when you invited him here. You can't be serious. Listen to the man already. He's been saying all along that he won't help our shadow Pokemon plan. I can't hear you. The plan is perfect. XD001's condition was off by just a little tiny bit. Being off by just a tiny bit is enough to make it drop a ship? And would you look at the uproar? Naps! It's like so all your fault what happened, every tiny bit. So, you like so do something about it. Naps, was it? You have my sympathy. What a nightmare it must be to have someone like her as your boss. You put a lid on it. When it comes right down to it, it's so all your fault. Come on, help us with XD001. First, we need to talk. I'll teach you why it's such a bad mistake to create shadow Pokemon. Well, at the very least, Professor Crane is, like, right over there, but he's through the building. And yes, I did find it necessary to add in like from what Lavrina's text is. Just the way I picture Lavrina, I see her more using the word like a ton, as opposed to using the word so. Because I actually know people who use like about every other or every second word or something like that. So I can imagine that. Anyway, did you come here knowing that this is Cypher's lab? Doesn't matter now. Since you know that we're here, we're not about to let you go free. Really? Well, I had no intention of leaving without coming to get what I came for. God dang it, why can't I articulate my thoughts better? Whatever. Soloix wants to fight, and he sends out a Ralts and a Voltorb. I may have picked a bad Pokemon when I chose Spheal to replace Houndour. Okay, Jolteon used Bite on Ralts. Spheal, I'm switching you out to Baltoy. Even though Baltoy doesn't know any ground-type moves yet, whatever! It's still better than Spheal against that Voltorb. Whatever. This should take care of that Ralts. Yes! Alright, Jolteon! Alright, this next Pokemon. Bagon! Very interesting. Bagon. Oh well, whatever. Missed Baltoy. Okay, Jolteon, go ahead and use Thunder Shock on Bagon. Baltoy, Shadow Blitz on Voltorb. Want to get rid of that Voltorb. That might be a little problematic. Wow, even not very effective, that did a good amount of damage. And it paralyzed it. Good job, Jolteon. Okay, Charge. That's not too terribly bad. It at least doesn't raise stats in this generation. I think it raises special defense? I'm not sure what stats Charge raises. I know it raises a stat. Also, Jolteon, let's go ahead and use Bite on Voltorb, Baltoy. Focus your attention on Voltorb. Yeah, I don't remember which stat Charge raises in later generations, but it doesn't really do anything in this generation. Yes, it flinched! Aside from raising the power of electric-type moves, which was the entire point of it. But whatever. Voltorb is down, and Soloix is down to his last Pokemon. Numel. And Numel is a Shadow Pokemon. Numel is a very odd Pokemon. It does have some pretty good offensive capabilities, but overall, it's insanely slow, and plus, it has a quad weakness to water, which is I mean, I suppose one thing that if you, in this game in particular, you want to catch Numel because it does carry Charcoal. So if you are raising a fire type, it's definitely in your best interest to snag Numel, if for that purpose only, which since I have a Houndour, makes it perfect for me to catch. Okay, Okay, Jolteon, go ahead and finish off that Bagon. Baltoy, go ahead and snap out of reverse mode. How are you even in reverse mode? Wow, that lowered the heart gauge a lot. But you didn't even lower the first part of the heart gauge. Oh well, whatever. There goes Bagon. And now I need to worry about that Numel because Thunder Wave didn't work. Okay. Well, whatever. This still shouldn't be too bad. Of course, if it attacks Jolteon, then we have a little bit of a problem. Jolteon... I'll actually switch you out for Mareep. If it uses Shadow Rush on Mareep... Oh, Mudslap. Actually, that'd be a perfect move. If it uses Shadow Rush on Mareep, it could be hit with Paralysis just from Mareep's static. That's very good for just fighting ground types, since Thunder Wave wouldn't work anyway. Of course, it is being a little counterintuitive using Mudslap, but whatever. Okay. Oh, really? You attacked Baltoy? God dang it. Okay, Mareep, use Shadow Blitz, Baltoy, Mudslap. Since I can't inflict it with any status ailments, I'm just gonna have to lower its HP. Okay, if I'm lucky, it will use Shadow Blitz on Mareep and paralyze itself. That's what I need this Numel to do. Shadow Blitz. Oh, well it targeted Mareep, but Mudslap's doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, Mareep, I'm gonna use your turn to throw a Pokeball. Baltoy, let's go with another Mudslap. Okay, Numel, let's see what you got. One, two, three. Yes! Alright! We caught us a Numel, and we beat Soloix. Calm down, please, and then leave quietly. Where are you, my mother? Oh, we've got to press onward. Wait, Spheal's still in the front, right? Yeah. Okay, just wanted to be sure. Oh boy, this part. God, this part was annoying in Colosseum just because of the freaking alarms. That got annoying very quickly. Oh, we can actually utilize the elevator? That's strange. I thought there was a battle here. Well, whatever. I'm not gonna complain. I will, however, go to this elevator, because this elevator actually has a few useful things, including a healing station and an item. First things first, healing station. Because I certainly want to heal up my Pokemon so I don't have to utilize items. At least as often. And then, box. Ah! Hold it! If you want to pop open that chest, you'll have to beat me first. Alright, fair enough. Now, if you'll be so kind, I'd like to open up the box now. Which all it contains is an ether. I suppose this is a time to reinforce the fact that since this is on the optional path, the trainers won't have Shadow Pokemon. I know I mentioned this back when we were first at Gate and Port, but I mean, that's just something that I want to reiterate. It's just the fact that if you go off on these little side trails and just battle these optional trainers, they won't have Shadow Pokemon. Oh well, whatever. Whoa! Okay, well, I kind of wanted to check up that room up to the north, but whatever. I'll fight you, and then we'll end things off. Huh? Well, if it isn't a tiny little intruder. Who are you calling tiny? Crank. Very odd name. Whatever. Why would I rat on this guy's name? There's plenty of odd names in this game. Whatever. He's starting off with a Snorunt and a Barboach. Spheal may not be the best Pokemon for this. Barboach is part ground type, so that's a problem. Jolteon, go and use Thunder Shock. Spheal, use Shadow Wave. And I just realized this guy doesn't even have any Shadow Pokemon. Well, I didn't say all trainers on the required path had Shadow Pokemon. Just that you would only find them on the required path. With very few exceptions. Alright, but whatever. This shouldn't be too difficult. Sphere will just use Shadow Wave, and we should be able to take out at least that snowman. There we go. We should be able to do a little bit of damage to that Barboach. Huh, actually decent damage, okay. Jolteon use Bite, Sphere... Shadow Wave. Shadow Wave should do more damage since there's only one Pokemon anyway. And I didn't need Sphere. Haha! Jolteon just took care of that Barboach like a champ. Alright, so that's another Cypher Peon taken care of. There's nothing cute about you, Brat. You're a dude. That's kind of creepy. Still, whatever. That's another Cypher Peon taken care of. However, we've made some decent progress into the Cypher... And we overheard a very interesting character who was interrogating Professor Crane. That will do it for this episode, though. So, next time on Let's Play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, we will continue our exploration of the Cypher Lab and hopefully reach Professor Crane. So until next time, everyone, take care.